Hi guys, DIY Mark with a quick mini review of the Wen 2 3/4 inch 4-jaw lathe chuck. This is a small, affordable woodworking chuck that works well with any number 8 spindle threaded lathe. This chuck is significantly smaller than my Nova G3 truck, and it handles smaller turning tasks. The inner part of the jaw will grip from 1 3/4 down to 1 1/8 inch stuff, and the outer jaw range is from 1 1/2 inch to 2 1/8 inch items. The chuck came in great shape out of the packaging. It comes with a square pinion key for tightening the jaws with a sliding handle, a T-handled M3 hex wrench for removing the jaws, and a woodworm screw for bowl operations and such. I immediately noticed that it was well machined and smooth on all edges. It threaded on easily to my number 8 lathe spindle with no binding. One item of note is that this Wen chuck does not have a spindle lock screw, which is really not an issue. But keep in mind, if you run the lathe in reverse, as I expect it will try to unscrew itself from the lathe. Adjusting the jaws was also smooth, and they moved in and out easily. I first chucked up a scrap piece of dug fir to test it out with, and I began roughing it out using the chuck with a live center, and it seemed to work fine. As I rounded it out and increased the speed, I noticed a clicking sound coming from the chuck. At first I thought it was something marginally contacting the tool rest, but after tracking it down, I realized that there's something with a bit of play inside the Wen chuck that is bouncing around a bit. It doesn't seem to affect operation of the chuck, but any clicking or clacking when you're operating the lathes always catches my attention, and it is a bit annoying. In the past, when using my Nova chuck, it would not neck down enough to handle these small PVC parts that I was turning to make vacuum hose adapters. By the way, I have a detailed video where I show you how to make a hose adapter on my channel if you're interested. Anyway, I typically use a 3/4 inch PVC coupler and then use a spindle gouge to increase the inner diameter, as you can see here. The Wen chuck worked great for this operation. It held the parts steady, but not too firm as to distort the plastic. So other than the funny noise it made, the Wen chuck proved to answer the call and get the job done. Home Depot sells this 2 3/4 inch 4-jaw chuck for $84, which seems competitive. I would rate this chuck a B or a B minus, or 3.5 stars. So I hope this helps, and as always, appreciate you watching.